Why do some people genuinely not care about sports? Millions of people around the world live and breathe for their favorite teams. They wake up early to catch games, they feel real pain when their team loses, and they bond with complete strangers over a shared result. But then there are others, maybe you're one of them, who watch all of this happen and feel completely disconnected. No excitement, no investment, just a quiet curiosity about why everyone else seems so emotionally caught up in it. So what's really going on inside the minds of people who don't care about sports? As it turns out, psychology has a lot to say about this, and it might surprise you. The first thing to understand is that it all starts in the brain. When a fan watches their team score, their brain releases a surge of dopamine, the chemical responsible for pleasure and reward. This is the same response people get from food, music, or achieving a personal goal. But here's the thing. Not everyone's brain is wired to respond the same way to competition and group victories. People with lower reward sensitivity simply don't experience that same chemical rush when a ball goes into a net. It's not a choice. It's not indifference. It's just how their nervous system is built. And because the reward isn't there, the interest never develops. The second reason comes from something called social identity theory. Psychologists have found that humans naturally build part of their identity around the groups they belong to. For millions of fans, supporting a sports team gives them a powerful sense of who they are and where they belong. When the team wins, they win. When the team loses, they feel it personally. But for people who already have a strong sense of individual identity, built around their work, their creativity, their values, or their relationships, they simply don't need a team to feel that connection. Their sense of self is already complete without it. Third, early exposure plays a much bigger role than most people realize. Interest in sports is rarely something that develops on its own. Research shows that the most passionate fans almost always grew up in environments where sports were a regular part of life. Weekends watching matches with family, parents who talked about their favorite teams, friends who played together after school. If that environment wasn't part of your childhood, your brain built its reward pathways around other things. Books, music, art, gaming, problem solving. Whatever filled that space became your source of stimulation. And sports simply never got the chance to compete. Fourth, personality type plays a significant role. People who don't care about sports tend to score higher in what psychologists call need for cognition, a preference for deep, independent thinking and self-directed challenges. These individuals are often more drawn to activities where their own effort directly determines the outcome, rather than watching others perform. This doesn't make them antisocial. It simply means their brain craves a different kind of engagement. Internal rather than external. Individual rather than collective. And finally, there's the emotional side. Sports are emotionally intense by design. The tension of a close game, the heartbreak of a loss, the anxiety of watching something you have no control over. For certain personality types, that experience isn't thrilling, it's draining. People who are naturally more sensitive to emotional stress often find high-intensity spectator experiences genuinely uncomfortable, not exciting. Avoiding sports for these individuals isn't apathy, it's self-awareness. So if you've always felt like the odd one out for not caring about sports, understand this. There's nothing wrong with you. Your brain is simply responding to the world in a different way. And psychology makes it very clear that different doesn't mean broken. If you find content like this fascinating, the science behind why people think, feel, and behave the way they do, make sure you subscribe, because that's exactly what we explore on this channel.